I'm the last of 4 children. My mom was the one who raised us, since my dad used to work all the day. I was a non-wanted child, since my parents, for the moment, they had me wanted already to divorce for many problems they had that included infidelity from both parts, violence, domestic abuse, etc., etc. My mom hated me from the beginning, since from all my siblings, I'm the one who got more features from my father. She always hitted me whenever she wanted. I was the one who had to clean or cook, while my brothers never bothered to help, since that was not the work of men. I even remember when she threatened me once to burn my hand in the kitchen if I dared to broke a plate when I washing the dishes. She also used to hit me when I took more time to return to home from school because maybe I was filtering with teachers when I was in primary school. That sounds stupid. She once beated me up in home because she saw me talking to my math teacher because she believed I was seducing him. I was 9 when the reality it was he was congratulating me for my grades. I endured all that things until my dad finally divorced her when I was 17, and I moved with him. I was the only of all the 4 children that wanted to go with him, since my life with mom was hell. Well, time passed. I went to university. I finished it. I got my master's degree, and I got married with my now husband, M26, who knows everything about my past, and who helped me to understand that not always is my fault, something my mom always said to me. During all these years, I lost contact with my mom. No calls, no visits. I only know that she joined a religious group now, and that she had a terminal illness, but that her health is good. She recently called me to close a circle and to ask for my forgiveness. I'm not going to lie. The past me may forgive her only to let her be at peace in her last years. But my husband taught me that if I don't want to do something, I don't need to do it, even if it's for the good of others. That I'm my priority, and my happiness is too, even if I have to be cruel to achieve it. And said so. I finally said all that I needed, that she may be burned in hell, and she will. That not a decade of sacrifice in church will be enough to pay back all the suffering she made me pass. That she should be Ray***D repeatedly to death, and that would even be a merciful rest for what she actually deserves. That I know why Dad cheated on her, and that she deserved anything. Of course, I said many other things that I won't say here. It was cathartic. I've never felt so good in my life since I got married. My husband listened to me and helped me to recover because I ended up crying after the call finished. He just said, "Nah, she deserves it." So I don't feel bad for anything. Some hours after that, my sister told me that mom actually tried to end up her life, but she failed. That she at least want my forgiveness. My other 2 brothers said I maybe crossed a line with what I said, but I'm still standing every word. And I will, until her life is finished. Now here are some replies she got on that post. I'm sorry you had such a rotten childhood, and parents who didn't protect you. And no, I'm not letting your father off the hook here either. Although it may feel cathartic to release your anger and not forgive her, the peace you feel likely won't last. This is less about her and more about you. I'm glad that your husband is a good support system, but he isn't a replacement for work done with a therapist. You're young and have been through a lot. Please seek help from a professional to address your trauma and rage. Second reply. I agree everything you said and your points with the exception of what you said about R***PE. That was the only line crossed IMO. If sexual assault was a part of your upbringing, and she was aware or involved, then I take it back, BC. I would never fucking say it, but I would understand a victim letting it out. But if that was never a part of the abuse, then I would say you should concede that that was a step too far. You're not apologizing for it, but would do it differently if given the opportunity. But otherwise you stand by everything you said. Not to your biomom, but to any other family members, like your sister. You may value and want to keep in your life on any level. You could wish everything bad in this world on her and be in the right. Like FR, you could get RLY graphic and creative and still be justified. But R***P has no justification and should never be normalized as a form of retribution. Congratulations on standing up for yourself and not giving in to past patterns though. That's huge. This is all just constructive criticism for the future and coming from someone who has absolutely lost their shit before due to being triggered by trauma and has unwittingly said things I couldn't stand by when not in a triggered state. Third reply. I feel you. I feel this intense rage growing and I do not believe it will go away at some point. Everyone said to me that it'll get better as the time passes by. It isn't, at least not for now. In fact, I think you crossed a huge line. You're not a bad person because of that, but think about wishing someone to be rap*D till death and some other things. Doesn't it sound too harsh, even given the circumstances? Do you realize what you mean? I bet not, because I wouldn't wish it to my worst enemy, ever. The last thing is, forgiving someone does not mean acting like nothing happened and being totally friendish with the person. It means accepting the hurt and not wishing anything bad for them to happen. It's moving on and actually getting to not caring for them because they're simply not worthy of your rage. Easier to say than do, but true. The only person that's getting hurt from your own rage is yourself. I am not blaming you, I go through the same thing, and it's part of being human. But I actively chose to work on it, especially because I realized it is something that works for me. I hope you can find peace. Fouth reply, I don't believe her suicide failed. She's just manipulating. She needs to be seen as victim to get what she wants. She planned this. Someone who is cold-hearted enough to torture you the way she did hardly ever gets their consciousness returned. You don't have to forgive her. And don't let anyone tell you that you need to forgive her too. Find peace. Move forward. Be less angry. Blah, blah, blah. Not a single ounce of your recovery requires forgiveness for her. Your anger is valid and it served a purpose. You get to work through it as slowly or as fast as you choose. Your timeline, no one else's. I hope you get some formal therapy, as supportive spouses are amazing, but they can't help you do the deep healing like therapists can. You need to find one who has experience in narcissistic mothers, specifically. This point is important, BC. If they don't have experience in this specific area, you will be wasting your time and money. And the therapy could do more damage. Some therapists are toxic as hell. Last point, what helps a lot, especially with anger? Write it on a page, all of it, and then throw it away or burn it. Some will take your words out of context to make you look like the aggressor. It's called reactive abuse. Don't give them anything they can use against you. Fifth reply, I am around your age, and my mom was a good mom, but she used to call me stupid all the time and reminded me I am always the last position in class. She called me stupid again and again, accused me of having an affair with my cousin at 13. She favored my sisters and brothers. She asked for forgiveness. I forgave her, but the pain never goes away. I love her, but I am not that close to her because of my childhood. She is still working hard to build her connection with me, but I never go to her for comfort, unlike my older sister. Sixth reply, listen, I think you should get some counseling, okay? Therapy might also help with all the pain you have experienced. And maybe cut all ties with your siblings, because they did nothing to help you during your hard times, right? So, what they say is, nothing to the pain that you suffered. If she failed, then, oh well, it's for attention. If she did it in a place she knew she would be found at, and listen, I get she deserves to burn in hell. But I don't think she should be R**ped though. Unless she did it to someone else, then no, she doesn't deserve that. I sort of believe in the phrase, an eye for an eye. So yeah, just block your siblings and mom and go to therapy, okay? This is really concerning. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching and subscribe for more. We will see us again tomorrow. Until then, have a great day, night, or whatever you currently have. Don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Love y'all.